Rachel, Lindsay, will you be my reina forever?
So pretty, yes.
And marry me?
Yes, give it to me. So pretty.
I understand how long I waited to hear those words. Oh my God, I feel so lucky, so blessed.
Keep it going. We finally get to meet Jerome.
Yeah, Jerome's in the house.
How did you guys come up with Jerome, the secret pseudonym for Bryan?
She literally looked at me for like 5 seconds, was like, Jerome.
It's Jerome.
It's Jerome.
It's Jerome. And then we found out later, like, we're big Martin fans, and that's a character on the show. So, you know, it's fun.
That's perfect. Guys, we're so happy to have you here. Congratulations. Let's get another round of applause. They're engaged, guys.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be out in public, your first day out together?
It's like a huge weight off our shoulders,
Yeah.
and we're just happy to start living life again.
No words. Like, we are free. Like, that's like the feeling that we have at this moment.
So what have you been doing for the past 3 months to sort of, I know you can't really see each other much. It's like every few weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you do a lot of Netflix and chill and stuff like that?
A little bit of that. I mean, every 2 weeks we got to see each other. We're stuck in this house for like 4 or 5 days. So I always tease. I'm like, you learn really quickly if you like this person or not. And for us, it's great. Like,
Yeah, she would always ask me at the end of the trip, like 4 days inside a house, cabin fever to the max. She'd be like, you still love me, right? Like, of course.
I'm
of
high
course.
energy. I'm a lot. And he's like way more chill. So.
Well, for you, it must have been hard to see Rachel out doing press, hanging out, and then you kind of have to be in hiding a little bit because.
Oh, yeah. I'm her biggest fan, so yeah, I look at all her snaps, all her IG stories, and I'm
He stalks me.
cheering on the low pretty
Called
much.
stalking.
Yeah.
Hard, you know, being in the social media age, it must be hard to keep it secret. Like, you know, you probably are tempted to take Snapchats and Instagrams and post them, but you get in real big trouble.
Well, it's funny. Like, I'm 32, he's 37, so we're a little bit older than the
worst.
typical
I'm the
people
worst
on the
at-
show. So we suck at
Yeah.
social media, like terribly. We're awful. So.
I think you're great at Twitter. Guys, how good is Rachel on Twitter this season? Yeah.
I call her the clapback queen.
Yeah.
I love a good clapback.
We never really saw a Bachelor or a Bachelorette kind of be out there and saying what they wanted to. It was usually like, watch the episode. But you would get in there and join the conversation. How did you decide to do that?
Well, I wasn't even on Twitter until January of this year, so it was new for me. But my friend Astrid, who was on The Bachelor with me, like one day we were like, let's just live tweet. And it became like my new favorite hobby. And I like could not be stopped after that. I loved it. So yeah.
Yeah, Bryan, are you? You're not on Twitter, are you?
I have a Twitter account. Never
See?
used it.
We're terrible.
She's our speaker box pretty much.
So you'll be posting on Rachel's account.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's relive the amazing proposal, the windy amazing proposal.
So
Listen.
windy.
We were saying backstage, Bryan's hair didn't move that whole time.
It was short.
Not at all.
It was short, yeah.
What was it like? Relive that moment. You said on the episode that those last 2 days before the proposal were the hardest for you because I
Yeah.
feel like you were very confident throughout the whole journey.
Yeah, that was probably the most vulnerable I was throughout the entire journey. The second she left my Spain hotel room, I closed the door. I know you guys saw, me put the pillow over my face. I was like, oh my God, I could actually lose this woman. And it hit me at that point. Like throughout the whole journey, I was pretty confident. But the day of the proposal, like a calm just took over me. And I said to myself, you know what? I did everything. I said everything that I could tell this woman to show her how much I love her. And, if it was meant to be, then she'll say yes. So, and she did, so.
Yeah. Did you?
I know you couldn't hear me over
was
the
like
wind.
I could see that ring sparkling.
Yeah.
How did you feel on that day? Because I know a lot has been said now with Peter and how that was a hard breakup. And then to go from that, and you said on the show, it was hard to get into the mindset of like, this is proposal day. Like I could be getting married.
Yeah, that's why it was so important for me that if I knew before the actual proposal day who it was going to be to send the other person home before. Like I had promised myself that, and I knew. And that's why I had to send Peter home. And I knew it would be emotional just because you don't bring somebody that far along and you don't care about them. But Bryan was the one for me. You know, you hear me say love on the season, but I was only in love with one person, and I made sure I reserved those words just for Bryan. And I wanted the proposal day to just be about him. So as emotional, you know, as you may have seen it, because breakups are hard, it was my love for Bryan that pushed me through, and that's all I focused on.
Well, let me tell you, you're good at breakups, though. You and Eric had one of the most mature breakups of any couple I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I know you're pals with Eric, too.
Yeah,
so,
Eric's a great guy.
Maybe he'll be the next Bachelor. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe.
What was your, what was your mindset going into breakups? Because it is hard not only to just do them in real life, but to do them on television.
You know, it was different for each person. You know, some were easier than others. You know, cue DeMario, right? Like that one was an easy one. Like, boy, bye. Like, it's time for you to go. But then others were more heartbreaking, like Matt. You saw me get really emotional over Matt, and I know you didn't really get to see the progression of our relationship, but Matt and I really did have a connection. I just knew he wasn't the one. And, you know, as I got down to like the final 6, those breakups became harder and harder. But what carried me through was that if I knew you weren't the one, I didn't want to drag the relationship on even further. You know, like it's easier for me to let you go now than to lead you on.
And Bryan, what was this process like for you? You seem pretty comfortable, like we said before, but it has to be weird to be living in a house with all these guys who are dating the same one.
Yeah, I mean, my future fiance dating 30 other guys, living through that and then watching it back, it was pretty tough. But, you know, we're both very strong mentally. And me going in, I knew that she was going to have relationships with other guys. Like, I've seen the show before. I know how it works.
Did you sign up for The Bachelor?
Yeah, I know how it works.
He knew what he
So
was getting
I knew
into.
she was going to develop deep connections and maybe even love connections with certain guys. And at the end of the day, I just said to myself, she could only be in love with one guy. And that was me in the end. So
You're the winner.
I'm the winner.
Yeah, he is.
But
I'm the winner. I'm the winner.
You're both winners. But you walk away with the girl, but I'm sure you walked away with some friends too, because you guys got to get close when you're living in a mansion for how many weeks together?
I'm actually close with a lot of the guys. I mean, one of my MO throughout the season was focus on Rachel, number one. Don't start drama and don't talk behind anybody's back. And I stuck to that the entire time.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Was it, for you knowing and being through the experience of The Bachelor, did that help you with this whole process? Because you kind of knew what the guys were going through, where their mindset was at each and every point.
Yeah, it really, really did for me. It was important for me to remember what it was like to be on the other side. And I really wanted to make sure that I compartmentalized each relationship that I had with the men, because I know what it's like to be waiting all day just to see that person for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes. And so I really wanted to give each person my all. Like, it's important. Like, you never forget, where you come from.
What's one of your favorite memories from this season, either together or were there bloopers? I know we saw some bloopers a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
Well, as far as the guys, there was an incident in South Carolina. I think you saw it in the bloopers where the golf cart flipped over. That was hilarious. Eric actually got hurt. His ankle was busted for like a week after that. Yeah, but together, I would say our one-on-one dates were spectacular. I mean, I thought Oslo was the greatest date of my life, and then came Geneva, and that was the greatest date of my life. So
Geneva was really romantic.
just every encounter with this woman just got better and better. So, that's a testament to how much we clicked from day one. Yeah.
Got to go to some amazing places.
Yes.
Talk to us about, though, we only see it's 2 hours, which is a long show to begin with, but we don't get to see all aspects of your dates.
Right.
So when you go on a date, how long is it? How long are you there for? And what's like the schedule? Because you guys have the date and then you go back, change, and then go out to dinner. And
It varies. What I think you don't see is we don't get to ride in the car together. Sometimes you do, but it's very, very rare. We don't eat together. You can see the untouched food.
Nobody ever eats on there.
Nobody ever eats.
Yeah. They're like, America doesn't want to see you eat.
It's all decoration.
So, I mean, there are hours.
Yeah,
just
several
depending
hours.
on what the date is, and then you separate, and then you have the nighttime portion. But there's a lot you don't get to see. Like we keep saying today, our relationship had more depth than you saw. You saw us make out a lot, which we did. We did. He's a great kisser. We like to do that. There's no denying that. But we had a very mature relationship, and there's so much depth to it that I hate that you just didn't get to see the essence of our love story.
Yeah.
Is there one moment that you would have loved fans to witness, either a conversation or a certain part of a date?
When we were in Geneva, I talked a lot about how Bryan has challenged me because, you know, yes, I'm out here in the most public way and I'm putting my feelings out there, but it's still hard for me. It's still a struggle. I'm just aware of it. But with Bryan, it's so effortless because he's so straightforward and so direct that he brings that out of me. And I need that. I need that in a partner. And I really went into depth about that, and I wish you could have seen that. So people can understand why I was falling for Bryan, why Bryan means so much to me, and why he's the one I chose at the end.
Yeah, and in Geneva, she actually challenged me a lot in the sense that she made me come out of my shell even more. I mean, I thought I was the most open I've ever been in my life with another woman. And she actually had me talking in depth about past relationships and specific details that basically made me who I am today to the man sitting in front of her. So, you know, she challenged me and, you know, made me come out even more. So, you know, that's just a testament to her.
And you are the third guy on The Bachelorette to receive the first impression rose and then be the winner.
It's 3 in a row, right?
3 in a row. You
Is
had Caitlin and Sean, JoJo and Jordan, and now you two.
Yeah.
What do you think the trick is there? What was that first, when you first saw each other, was it really that spark that really set it off?
I think it was instant chemistry. I mean, I think I threw her off with the Spanish.
Oh,
She was like,
did you see
oh,
my
look at this,
reaction? I
another
said,
white boy
oh.
coming through.
Oh, okay. Keep talking. It's still, every time you talk to me in Spanish, I'm like,
So I threw her off. I actually blanked out. I even forgot what I said because she was looking so amazingly gorgeous that day. And, you know, we had a little dap. It was perfect. We hit it right on the money. And
I keep saying he's like the homie and the lover at the same time. Like, it's really like my best friend. And we did just click like that from the beginning.
Did you have a plan going into the first meeting? Did it change once you saw Rachel, or did you get nervous, or did you do what you had planned to do?
I mean, I knew I would go in for a kiss if I had the opportunity, and it just so happened that our one-on-one interaction was in a very romantic spot right in front of the house, right in front of the door. Nobody could, you know, interrupt us or anything like that, and, you know, just the way the conversation was going, the way she was looking at me, I just, hey, you know what, this is the right
He took the
spot.
opportunity. I didn't. He went in for the kill. I mean, I wasn't mad at it, but he went in.
And she didn't want to kiss anybody on the first day.
No, I really
I
didn't.
remember that, you saying that,
Yeah.
but then, you know, it happens.
I mean, when it's good, it's good.
Clearly it was good. It lasted.
Yeah.
So what's your plan? So you live in Dallas, and you're in Miami.
Miami, yeah.
What's the plan? Because I know you guys were thinking about maybe LA and all that. So what's next for you guys?
I don't know. I mean, we want to come together. We just don't know where exactly that's going to be. And so we're still trying to figure out all those details. Like right now, we're just enjoying each other.
Yeah, those are 3 options, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Is it hard, like, right after the finale now, everyone's like, when's the wedding? When are you guys moving in? When are kids coming? Like,
We've gotten that question a couple times today.
Just a few. No, it's not hard. I mean, like, I've been gushing about him, Jerome, for months now. So I'm so happy to be able to talk about us and our future as Bryan, you know, and not just Jerome anymore. So I don't get tired of talking about the kids we're gonna have, or, you know, our wedding or anything like that.
So she wants a winter wedding, so we're thinking late December, you know, maybe of next year. Next December.
this year?
Next December, next
We
December.
can't wait.
Or early January. I can't wait. I said it on the date. I'd marry you tomorrow.
I'll be waiting for my invitation in the mail. No problem. So, you know, either Dallas, Miami, have you guys gone back there to see your families, or did you tell your families? Were they able to keep the secret clearly?
That's actually coming up, the whole family gatherings. We're actually going to Dallas. We're having an engagement party. She's going to show me how Dallas parties.
I'm gonna show him an eye party.
Big Rach is going to come
Rach is
out.
coming
Big
out.
Rach. But we're going to have dinner with the parents, so that's going to be very intimate. I can't wait for that. See Dad again. And then we're going to Houston for her extended family.
Yeah.
And then we're flying to Miami to, you know, meet with my friends and family. Yeah.
Miami's definitely going to be a party.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Throwing
Rachel
that-
does Miami too.
Wow, it's like a whirlwind because you guys were in LA last night. You're in New York. Now you're just going to be
Yeah.
bouncing
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
bouncing
you
around.
kind of excited for the dust to settle though, where you can just like go to a movie or go to like Applebee's or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about Applebee's, but no, we're definitely ready to just not be in the public, you know, just do little things like grab coffee, go to a sporting event, go for a walk.
Yeah. Literally walking through the airport this morning, we were like, oh, wait, okay, we're out. We're good.
Yeah, it's so weird. I'm just ready for some normalcy in
Yeah.
all of this.
I know, because it's been an exciting and long run for you. This has been a groundbreaking season. You were the first Black Bachelorette, which can we give a round of applause for that?
Thank you.
It was a great season. But what was that like for you to have that, as well as just going on your own journey to find love? It was like an added element where you had to talk about it and be aware of everything.
Yeah, it's something that I had to consider before I even said yes to being the Bachelorette. Like, did I want to do this? Did I want to be the first? I know all the pressures that come with that, but I knew what I wanted for myself. And then I started to realize the platform that I had and to represent myself as an African-American woman in a positive way was really something beautiful. And that's what made me eventually say yes to doing The Bachelorette. And it's just really been a nice thing to have everyone rally behind me just on my journey for love, but then also be so supportive for me being the first. Like, it's really been a beautiful thing, especially to have young girls come up to you and say those things. It was beyond what I imagined it could be.
So now all we need though is a Black Bachelor, and I think Kenny or Eric or who do you think should be the next Bachelor? Anyone from your season?
It's funny because we agree on the same person. We think it should be Alex.
But Kenny and Eric are
Kenny
good
and Eric are
folks too.
great.
We're supportive of that too.
Yeah, Kenny is a sweetheart. Eric's such a great guy, such an inspiration, motivational speaker. He was pumping everybody up in the house all the time. But yeah, we think Alex, he's got that quirky attitude. He's a very smart, good-looking guy. We think it would have the most interesting season.
Yeah.
You had some good guys. You had Will
did.
too. I enjoyed Will on the show. A lot of people love Peter, but last night you said this process doesn't work for you, and I loved it. You were like, you're not going to be the next Bachelor.
I did say that. I didn't say that.
Don't put words in my mouth.
But I just was very, I commend him for staying true to who he was. I mean, he did until the end, like he said, this is where I am. He took things at his own pace, and he really, was steadfast in that until the very end. And I appreciate that, but that doesn't work with this. You have to take a leap of faith. You have to put yourself out there. And I feel, a little empathetic to him because I know what it's like to be closed off. I was like that on Nick's season, but I eventually took that leap, and then I did it even more so being the Bachelorette. And I was just being honest. I'm direct. I'm honest.
You're living your best life, girl.
Not mediocre.
What about you, Brian? You're living your best life?
The best life ever.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Good answer.
Well, before I toss it off to the audience, I do want to talk to you about how long ago does that season with Nick even feel? Because now you've been on this roller coaster for a little bit.
Yeah, I was just saying the other day that this time last year, I was in casting for Nick's season. So it's crazy. Like, now I've done Bachelor, Bachelorette, and now I'm engaged. Like, you just never know what is to come with all of this. And like that, if I had to give any type of advice, I would just say take a risk, because if my coworkers hadn't signed me up and I hadn't gone forward with it, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I wouldn't be so happy and engaged, found the love of my life. And it's just crazy what can happen in a year. Yeah.
And that's all that matters, is that you're happy.
Absolutely.
And we were happy to see you happy, because this has been a really cool journey to watch you on.
Thank you.
Are you going to take the advice of fellow Bachelor Nation, Caitlin and JoJo, and just be in your love and kind of shut out the haters a little bit?
You have to. I mean, it's hard when you open yourself up to the public and you're falling in love in such a public way. Everyone's going to have an opinion, whether you want to hear it or not. And we're pretty strong, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that sometimes it doesn't get to you. And what's most frustrating to me is that Like for me, you can say whatever you want to me, but like don't talk about someone I care about. And it's just been really hard because I just feel like you didn't get the essence of Bryan. Like he is fantastic. And believe me when I say I grilled him. So like he is the real deal and he's legit. Sure. I just wish everyone could see what I see, but you know, they will.
We see the love, guys. Do you not feel the love? I feel it. I'm right here. Kiss for the cameras. I love it.
You know we like to kiss.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I want to open it up to some fans out here because I'm sure. Are you guys fans or are you just here to hang out? Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Who's first?
Hi, so I have a very important question that probably is weighing in everyone's minds right now. How's Copper doing?
Copper is so great. Copper, last time you saw Copper, the first time you saw Copper, you had the cast on. Since then, he's gone to rehab. That is a true story. He is out of his cast, and he is just fine. Thank you for asking. When I left him, I was like, Copper, when I come back, I'm going to bring home a daddy.
I am so ready to meet my new son. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Might have to add more dogs to the family.
I actually want a second dog.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I don't know if Copper will like that, but who's next?
Hi, guys.
Hey.
We're Claire and Emma, and we do the Here to Make Friends Bachelorette podcast. We're big fans, and we have a question for you.
So we're wondering what you think of this new finale format that they kind of threw at us. And your face
She
says
is
it
not
all.
a fan.
One, typically we get to see the episodes prior to them airing, like a few days before. Not this time. So I was serious when I was like, I'm watching this live for the first time with you guys. And that was a really, really hard thing to watch by myself. Normally we're together. 3 hours sitting on that stage, not just 3 hours watching it live for the first time, but also having to talk to Eric, having to talk to Peter. Like that was a lot. So not so much of a fan.
Maybe they should skip that for the next one.
Yeah. I mean, it was a season of first. I get it, but I wouldn't wish that on the next person.
Well, you guys handled it really well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It did change a lot for you. Like you met the guys at like the after the final rose, right?
Yeah.
Was it hard to be the season of firsts?
I mean, like I do like surprises. Like I like new things, and I like that they trusted that I could handle that. But yeah, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard.
Well, yeah, you were a champ last night, both of you. That was intense. Who's next?
Hi, speaking of intense, for us watching, Bryan, it was really intense to see Rachel's breakup with Peter. I kind of want to know what was going through your head when that happened.
Gotten that question a lot today. For me, looking at that, it was just a frustrating experience for me watching her have to go through that. Me being the one that's committed, the one that's so invested, the one that's ready to take that real step, in life with this woman, and then in contrast to see somebody that, didn't know what they wanted, and at the same time would say, I'm in love with you, I can see all these future things with you, but wouldn't take the action that it took to basically secure that future that he said he so desperately wanted. So it was just tough to watch that and have her go through that, through that mixed bag of emotions.
Did you watch the whole season, or were you one of those? I know prior contestants have just watched their parts, and you don't kind of relive.
Oh no, I
the
actually
other stuff.
no.
That is a lie.
Oh no.
Everybody watches. I don't care what they say.
I watched every single thing. What we did was we FaceTime each other. She would reverse the screen, and I'd watch our parts on the laptop. But then we'd go our separate ways for the rest of the show. I'd watch it on Monday nights, and then we'd talk after. And, if I was annoyed with something, I'd bring it up. Her being her genuine self, she would be totally upfront about what she was feeling in the moment, why she did what she did. And after a couple of hours maybe being annoyed, we get over it, and that's it. And that just is a testament to our maturity and how mature this relationship is, that, we deal with things, we move on, but we don't bury things and, hold it back because, it could blow up later on, and we don't want to do that.
You guys clearly have good communication. That was a smart way to do
absolutely.
it. And a stiff drink probably helped too.
Hey.
We have time for one more.
Hi.
Okay, so my question is like, obviously the format of getting to know each other is different than, you know, any regular dating. So you guys cover like big issues like marriage, kids, and things like that. So I was just wondering, like, if there was one kind of like fun fact you learned about each other, or something that really surprised you, like after the show wrapped and you guys were really getting to know each other one-on-one.
I think it's just how much we have in common.
Yeah, we do.
You know, similar taste in music. We found out, you know, the whole Martin bit. That was pretty funny. She loves the housewife shows. Not that I love it, but
He does
I
now.
am willing to sit down and watch that type of TV with her. I have no problem.
We love sports. Like, we wake up
sports.
in the morning. Like, I don't really like to cook. He makes breakfast. We watch, like, ESPN all day. We love comedies. We love scary movies. It's crazy. Like, I mean it when I say, like, he is, like, my best friend. I feel like I'm hanging out with the homie and my lover at the same time.
And when it comes to sports, I mean, she dropped some knowledge on me that I didn't think most women knew about sports. And right there, I was hooked. And I was like, can I put a ring on your finger right now?
Yes, you can, if it looks like this.
Like, I got one. Well, we are so happy for the both of you. What a great journey to watch. I wish you both the best in the future. I have no doubt you guys are going to make it. Come on, guys.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.